Out Loud Orlando, the Homo Happy Hour,
is a radio show that broadcasts in Central Florida. Tune in every week and hear us on 91.5 FM or anywhere your smartphone gets a signal by downloading the free TuneIn Radio app and searching for WPRK. You can also listen online streaming and listen to archived shows on OutLoudOrlando.com. Be sure to add us, Facebook.com/OutLoudOrlandoRadio.
Out Loud Orlando, the Homo Happy Hour.
For real, for fun, for everyone, you're listening to Out Loud Orlando, the Homo Happy Hour, the most unique radio show of its kind, heard every Tuesday on 91.5 FM. And I'm here at the 2012 White Party at the world-famous Parliament House with the Rupaul Drag Race girls. So in front of me... tonight, after some great performances, some great drinks, and just an all-in-all good time, I'm sitting here with Miss Fifi O'Hara. How are you, Fifi?
Hi, how are you?
Dida Ritz,
Miss Cheesecake.
and Sharon Needles.
Hail Satan.
And hail Satan to you, Sharon. Very nice to have you. What part of drag do you hate the most? Like, what part of getting ready to perform and do what you do you kind of get annoyed with? This is kind of like for everybody.
I hate tucking my penis.
So tucking for you, what about you?
It's so big that it's so hard to tuck it and then not get. You know what I'm talking about, Dina, right?
No, it's
so
hard, yeah.
it's so hard because it's so big and
but
the balls
I was
so
told
big.
the size didn't really matter when it came to the tucking.
That's a
It's just
damn lie,
uncomfortable to do.
and it's uncomfortable. And if I split or dance or anything, it just hurts. And then I'm literally like doing myself in the butt because it's so big.
What about you, Dida?
Mine for me is so ridiculous, but it's lashes. It's
Eyelashes?
Because if you put them on wrong, if you put them on, hello. If you put them on the wrong way, you'll look wonky-eyed, very crooked-eyed, very cockeyed. So
What about-
I usually wait to like put my lashes on very dead last.
Okay.
Like I literally would be in the full costume and then sit there and put the lash on and all that.
What about shaving? Did you guys have to like regularly shave, or do you just like go on out and get like electrolysis or something like
No,
that?
I shave.
And
And actually, Sharon popped one of my ingrown hairs this morning.
She did.
At the airport.
We did. We saw that. We witnessed it.
Sharon,
I'm
what-
compulsive. Anytime I see a zit, it's like...
She's
wasn't
popped
a
one of
zit.
mine.
No lie, I love you because my ex-fiance used to hate that. I would always like check his back and be like, "Listen, I'll take care of that for you," and he'd be like, "Stop it!" Like, I'm trying to help him. He can't pop it himself. If I'm there, I need to fix him because
Okay,
it's
so I know
imperfect.
this is probably not a flattering story, but when I first met Sharon, we were on the show filming,
Yeah.
and one of my first experiences with meeting her was she popped a zit on the back of my neck, and she just stood there and started popping it, and I went, "What are you doing?" And she went, "Popping a zit."
Yeah.
And I went, "Okay," and I didn't think it would hurt. She went to town.
I
You
want to
know
point
what?
out.
I conquer the small things, you know? and anytime I see a green head sitting on brown skin, I can't let it go.
She couldn't help it.
What do you?
can't help
What's the
it.
most inconvenient thing about getting in drag?
The most
for you?
the most inconvenient thing about drag is performing.
Yeah.
For me.
Why?
Put your phones away. We're talking. I got you now.
I
You're
hear
mine.
her.
It's
What?
so hard.
Why?
These Twitters.
Why?
Twitter whores.
OutLoudOrlando.com.
I don't
Right?
know.
Love it.
I love opening up my makeup kit. I love pulling out my wigs. I love becoming what Sharon Needles is because
So it's the transformation process that you like. But what about it don't you like? Is there any one thing in particular that like physically you're like, I hate shaving my legs?
I hate
or
the part I hate is performing.
I hate
Yeah.
I'm afraid that people will one day realize that that I have a lack of talent, and you know, I get
realized
so afraid that people will realize that I'm not your typical average high energy dance drag queen, that I will go to the extent of spend every dollar that I make on a show on coffins and snow machines and fog machines and, you know, and projections. And you know, drag to me is conveying a piece of art to an audience, and when I feel like it's being broken down into a dance performance, it makes me very nervous.
Let me ask you something. I had this question kind of settled for later. I got to talk to you a little bit earlier on, and I definitely think that, you know, your approach to your performances is really unique and really different. Definitely different than the other kind of drag that I've seen before. But I think you are a very kind-hearted soul. I think that you're a lot like me, that there's a lot of sensitivity going in there. And when I was talking to you, do you get nervous when you're up on stage? Because even when I was talking to you one-on-one, you were playing with your hair, kind of like, you know, I didn't know if that was just something you do, or if you kind of, do you still get nervous now in front of all of these people?
Prior to going on stage, I do get nervous because I know my fans demand a really high-end artistic show, and I come from a very punk rock underground, artistic, transgressional art family where, you know, we don't have to be perfect. You know, where I come from, when your wig falls off, or if you fall off the stage, or if sequins start popping off, or you know, that's the highlight of the show. And now I'm in a venue where I'm expected to be perfect.
You feel like more of what you do is being scrutinized, but whereas before that scrutiny wasn't a part of the performance.
Yeah, I'll agree, but you know, at the same time, I stay really true to my sense of transgressional artistic drag, and the audience seem to really, they really like it.
I like that it was a very diverse show tonight. For Dida and for Fifi, I had never seen on the show, this is the first time I've gotten to see you guys, any of y'all perform, I had never seen your dance abilities. When you came out, you were whipping your hair like crazy. It was the most high-energy Beyonce performance I'd ever seen, and I had no idea that you were so tight on choreography when you were up there dancing with Nick and Freckles.
Well,
Talent bores me.
Well, the show doesn't showcase that, and like the show does so much more of like personalities and characters that we create, and like costumes that we can make, when in reality we're drag queens. People come to see us perform, and I think a lot of times, as much as it sucks to be in the bottom two, we look forward to being in the bottom two because that's when we get to actually showcase our talent.
That's a really interesting way of putting it. Okay, this is kind of off the wall. Dida, what would you say is the dorkiest thing about you? The dorkiest, like, I collect comic books.
She eats a lot of Popeye's chicken.
Now, let her
Oh my
answer.
God, Dida is such a dork, actually.
I am. I'm probably the biggest dork of season 4.
Like what?
I don't even know where to start.
Popeye's chicken, bitch.
I eat like nobody's business,
And I hate you for that.
and I can't gain a pound. Right, I can't gain a pound. But I think also the one thing about me is I just am very like I can't even say what off the top of my head, but I bring up like very just abnormal things. I know I'm the nerd out of all of us, and I accept it. I can't really.
Dida used to live with me, and when Dida lived with me. Well,
in Chicago, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was always Popeye's chicken.
Always.
Do you know how many boxes of Popeye's chicken I had in my house?
Why do you
And
think
then,
I make that thing about me not eating?
but, like,
I actually just watched that show today where you're very self-conscious about your chicken eating.
I don't
and
eat chicken in
self-conscious
public.
about
I
watermelon.
don't.
She's a liar
I
because
don't.
she ate it right in front of me.
Well, that was in front of
And
my
I
friend.
had to clean up her damn box.
But I don't eat chicken in front of like people. Like I don't like to eat chicken in public. I don't eat like watermelon in public. It's just not a thing I like to do.
What's your favorite food, Sharon? And what food will you not eat in public?
My favorite food is Pabst Blue Ribbon and
PBR.
and makeup. I'm not a big eater.
Now, I'm sensing a trend here, because where I like to get a real interview, I'm definitely sensing, you know, I love your responses. Is it always on? Is it always on, or is that always going to be the answer?
For Sharon?
Like, what's the strip down?
Sharon?
Yeah, for Sharon. What's the strip down Sharon?
I think Sharon is a personality, and that's what's so great about her, is that she stays true to her
She
personality.
lives
I
it.
will say this: she lives it, but also at the same time, the
Sharon
boy
is
in
Sharon.
her,
That's real.
The boy in Sharon is actually 10 times. The boy in her is 10 times more smarter. Like if you ever was to talk to her as a boy, I think would. I can't explain off the top of my head. I'm spitting, but I can't explain off the top of my head. But she's very. How can I put this? If you ever tried to come for Sharon as a boy, look out.
Yeah.
Because it's 10 times worse than as a
Sharon's
girl.
so like knowledgeable on like pop culture, and then like.
But
just culture
even
in
like
general.
culture, like government, like politics, you could.
Isn't it fun to be smart? People sometimes think I'm just a loud asshole on a radio show. They don't, they neglect to realize that I graduated law school at 23. You know,
It's fun.
It is. It's fun
It's
to be
fun
smarter
to be able
than
to
people.
like use your intelligence against people, and she uses, and that's one thing I've always loved about her is that she uses her intelligence like kind of to fool people, and I love that.
I love that your personality is, and this is again from noticing from the show and then talking to you now. You definitely have like a light about you where you are the cheerleader. Like you want people to do their best, and it's a genuine, I think, you know, a genuine encouragement, cheerleader mentality that I think comes up. And I'm sensing a lot of mutual respect from you guys, and I think that people have been really caught up in the season of the Fifi versus Sharon.
I think what people don't
and
get,
I've seen you guys do nothing but be supportive to each other tonight, especially.
Well,
on stage.
I have to say this: I support my girls. Like I don't care what happens. I don't care who gets bigger, who gets famous, who gets more popular, who has more shirts, who has more memorabilia. I support the girls because these are my sisters.
But at the
and
end
these
of
are
the
my
day,
friends.
I think people need to realize it still is a TV show.
Yeah.
And this is a sisterhood that a lot of people don't have a chance to be a part of. And no matter what, like if people talk bad about Sharon or Willem or anybody, I get upset because they haven't been through what we have been through.
I think what I'm getting at is I was actually a little disappointed in the audience tonight where people may have a favorite of between Sharon and Fifi being in the final 3.
I got booed. Did you hear that?
And that's what I'm bringing up. That
Hey, being booed is just applause from